What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Pete Nathan Podcast. One last podcast right before the Super Bowl. I'm actually here in New Orleans. That's why I'm doing it from my bedroom. I don't have the other resources to put on the table and whatnot. So this is how we got it right now. I'm actually gonna go see the Super Bowl, not at the stadium, but I'm gonna go witness it with other Eagle fans. So there's a lot of Eagle fans here already. But we got a game. We got a game in a few hours, Chits. So
Up,
Chits,
up,
welcome to the
up.
podcast. And
Thank you for having me.
what do you think so far, man? How's your nerves feeling? Like,
Yeah, I mean, the feelings are high. I think we have a pretty good chance to, win it all this time. I mean, let's be honest, right? That being said, we are a little bit nervous because, it might be the media, that might be the way like Chiefs are playing right now. So it's all of them combined because there are certain little bit of like, a little bit of jitters, but I think for the most part, we're good. I think we're confident, you know?
yeah, and I'm confident. And you know, Eric Emanuel here. You might have met him when we were out there in Arizona with Gail and
Maybe,
them.
maybe.
The bald dude. He makes like his name
Oh
is
yeah, yeah,
Enoch.
yeah, yeah. Right, right.
So he made a video, right? He basically said like last time we played in the Super Bowl, he had these gremlin nerves, right? And this time around he doesn't have those nerves. And like last time, no kidding, that day of the Super Bowl, I did have those nerves, right?
Right, right,
And right now, so
right.
far, no gremlins. So
Also, also,
we're
man,
gonna keep the gremlins at
right, right,
bay,
right.
and,
Also,
and
I'm
we're gonna
telling
we're gonna
you,
roll to the Super Bowl. Yeah, go ahead.
right. I think just Nick Foles handing us the championship trophy, I think as like a blessing, it's I think it's basically like holy water, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
I think that blessing is gonna be, I think it's almost, iconic. I think that like it almost like reminds you of Nick Foles lifting the Super Bowl, right?
right.
Like the Lombardi. So I feel
Yeah.
like I think there's a lot of like good juju to it, For,
You're doing
yeah,
to
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
Let's hope.
yeah,
Let's hope that's the case. Let's hope
yeah,
that's the case. And when we move on to that. With that said, man, like we do have a serious game. This game that's coming up.
yeah.
We have to talk about Patrick Mahomes, right? We have
Right,
to talk about how to stop the Chiefs' offense. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the rhythm of those two have built up over the years, right?
right,
How they're on the same page on third downs, on like fourth and like fourth and five or
right, right, right,
whatever downs they have to go for, they're both on the same page, right? And they know they have to convert. And Patrick
right,
Mahomes pulls the rabbit out of his hat almost every time, right?
right,
So how can Vic Fangio dial up the defense? And Vic Fangio is also 0-8 against Patrick Mahomes, right? So
right,
also not the greatest confidence builder,
right,
but how would he? But also to that fact, like Vic Fangio never shows you the same defense ever.
right. So
So how would he stop him?
yeah, first of all, for starters, right? That 8-0, I think it's a misnomer, right? Because if you kind of get into the weeds, it's because most of these times when we Fangio faced against them, their offenses were very bad, right?
Right.
But on the defensive side of the things, Vic Fangio is the coach. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Has the least amount of points allowed
Hmm.
against like Mahomes. So I think that matters. I think Vic Fangio is on the other side of things. It's more like 0-8 in terms of Chiefs, at least in my opinion, right? Because the defense has the least points allowed against the Chiefs, especially I think playing with Mahomes, right? Uh, so that's a very good thing. So he's been good at it, good with Chiefs for a long time. So I'm pretty sure he's going to continue it. And to the second part of it, in my opinion, I think it starts with the D line. You can't let that guy scramble, essentially, right?
Right.
I think we got enough like defensive talent to cover the receivers, right?
Mhm.
The Kelsey's the guy we got to be worried about. That's when Patrick starts to scramble, right? So I think at least in my opinion, I feel like the D line should be the key. And Jalen
Right.
Carter's going to get double teamed for the most part,
He's
JC,
gonna
right?
get double teamed. And
So,
Mark Bird to the comment, it says you got to keep him contained. Carter and company will eat, and I think they
right,
will.
right. So that's what I'm telling you. I think, like, this might be foreshadowing, but um, Nolan Smith
Mm-hmm.
is going to play a big role. And
Nolan Smith.
BG, BG, I
BG
get a
coming back.
strip sack,
BG's gonna
please,
play.
sir. Yeah,
BG's gonna play this game.
yeah,
And yeah, shout out to Rakshak and then from NFL Masala.
right,
Yeah,
yeah,
BG's gonna play, man. And I think that's
right,
refreshing as long as BG is healthy
right,
and they're gonna put him on limited reps, probably the third downs, right? When you have to come off the ball. Hopefully he has the same explosiveness, right? Because he is coming back from you know um, a tricep injury, right?
right,
So hopefully he has that get off because sometimes because he's a bull rusher, you need all the power, and the
right,
power comes kind of you need that tricep, right? Tricep,
right,
your back, everything you're putting into it.
yeah,
So from the
right,
floor, right? So that's gonna matter a lot.
right. And but I mean, there's two sides to it. I think that's true too, but also he's well rested. At least his legs
Yes,
are very well rested, so he
right.
might have like a little bit of extra like pep in his step, at least in terms of speed. You know, like because you had to realize like Chiefs being like they went. I mean, they won the Super Bowl last year, right? So they've been having very long seasons, right?
Hmm.
So I think we have the fresher legs, right? So I
Yeah,
think that can be a very big benefit. But like you said, yeah, I mean, we really hope BG is 100%, right?
right.
So you
Yeah,
can
do
just kind
you
of
do
get
you
to it.
know the injuries as of late? Because I know Zach Bond was dealing with the groin, and then Jalen
He's
Carter with the illness, right?
yeah, so a little bit of a concern, but I mean, they were full practice last two.
That's good. Yeah,
Devontae Smith had a hamstring, but he was just kind of it's more like managing, right?
right.
So it wasn't like a major thing, but
Yeah,
none of the like the major starters. I think the only questionable guy was Covey. If I'm more,
Covey. Okay,
if
I think
Covey
Cooper
was
DeJean's probably going to be thrown in there to receive
right.
punts.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so you don't have to worry too much about Covey because
Right, but we have to be careful of defending against because they have good punt receivers. Remember, like Texans, they got a touchdown, right?
right.
That playoff game. So
Yeah,
that's like a kind of like under the radar thing. You got to be like so basically
right,
like
right. You can't make the same mistake you
right,
made in
all three
the last
fronts
Super
have
Bowl.
to be like firing at like you know like at
That
all
that that
cylinders, right?
includes the special teams, the Braden man. Like you can't have line drive kicks to the punter,
Yes,
the
yes,
punt
yes.
returner, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, you gotta you have to have good kicks within the 5 yard line or
Right,
10 yard
right,
line, and then you have to be mindful of stopping them and be
right,
attack on all sides, right? You kind of
right,
have
right,
to
right.
play special teams the way we played against Green Bay, like we played
Hmm,
attack
hmm.
style special
Right,
teams,
right.
like go hit the guy straight up, right?
Yeah,
And you have to play like that because if you don't play like that, I don't think you win this game because
right, right,
last time it hurt the special teams touchdown that hurt us, right? Because they almost brought it back and then Jalen fumbling, right? And then we gave up another easy one to them, so that they got
right.
3 touchdowns out of that. That was easy to
Yeah,
score,
Green
right?
Gate.
Like you don't want to
Yeah.
give this team anything easy.
Right. And I saw Rockshark's comment like the QB spy, 100%. I think we definitely need to have a QB spy, you know?
Right.
And I don't know who, I can't remember who said this, but he said it early in the quarters. I think we should hit Patrick Mahomes hard. Yes, we might get a couple of, you know,
Right.
flags, but
Yeah.
you can't let this guy walk. Because if you see the Texan game, like people don't even
Hmm.
scared to touch him. Like you got to make him fear, you know? Like
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and be careful.
He's
Like,
he's got a small ankle injury, by the way.
right,
It just popped up. So
right,
that
right,
I mean,
right.
like sometimes that might be just like just to throw teams off. But you can't say, oh, he has an ankle injury, he's not gonna run. He's gonna take off when he can, right?
Oh
And
yes,
then and he's been running a lot this year, more than the years of past, right?
right.
So I think you gotta keep
But
an eye on. You gotta
he's
spy,
also
and
the
then
he's also the kind of the interesting thing is that he has taken more sacks in this season than his like all of his other
that's
seasons.
true. Yeah.
That's also kind of good. And
Right.
also, we are a very like fumble happy team, right? We're trying to like create like forced fumbles, so that
Yeah,
might work for us. Like if we play it
right.
right, if we play that game right, just
That's true.
just give him enough doubt to be like, just give him that split second delay,
Hmm.
to be like,
Hmm.
oh, should I run? Should I that I think is a huge kind of advantage for us.
Right. And
Yeah,
yeah, Mark Bird brought something up. Josh Sweat, like Josh Sweat, is also going to be a big factor in this game. Because he's going to come on the other side, right? Like Nolan
right,
Smith and Josh Sweat, like they both have the pressure, and then of course the bread man, Jalen Carter is going to be double teamed. So you're going to have who
right,
you have to win your one on ones, right? And Vic Fangio doesn't bring the blitz a lot, so most of the time it's like 4-man rush, or then he might bring a linebacker like Bond or somebody, right? So they because he wants to cover his guys too,
right,
because they don't want him to get out, especially a guy like Patrick Mahomes. You don't want to bring the blitz all the time because you get killed by the blitz, you know. So you got to play smart football. Um,
right,
so yeah, I mean, I think with that said, that's one thing to stop them, right? It's another thing to stop Travis Kelce, right? Like Travis Kelce is always giving teams like heartache, especially in the playoffs, right? And he knows how to get open. He knows who to get open on. And what do you see the matchup being? Because I think they're gonna put Cooper DeJean on Travis Kelce a lot, and
right,
Cooper DeJean not having the playoff experience like Travis and Super Bowl experience, it might show like there's a junior corner that's covering a Hall of Fame tight end, right?
right.
So
You're right.
what
You're
what
100%
is the
right.
in your opinion, what's the solve there? Is there a solve?
I think I think for it might be difficult to run, like prevent the short ones, like just to, like do not let them make the long plays with Kelsey, right?
Yeah.
So double coverage, at least what I think, and because yeah, you're so right because it reminds me of the Panthers game on how Thielen kind of really
Mhm.
burned Gene, right?
Oh yeah.
So that a little bit of that might come in, but oh boy, I really want him to see him like take a couple of hits like he did to like
Only good thing is he's not as fast as Thielen.
right. Right.
Thielen
But
is
also
faster, but he's a crafty. He's a crafty tight end. He knows how to run
also
routes.
right. But also it's a little weird, right? His ball security I don't think is as good. Right? Because you can like if you hit him right, you can peanut
Yeah,
punch that ball out, right? Because he's done it a couple of times, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like even in the Super Bowl, I remember he had a fumble, if I recall right, when we played against him. Fumble, right? Am
Did
I?
he? I'm
Or
not sure.
maybe it might be the game like the regular season game last year.
Oh, it might be. It might be.
Right. So,
So
but yeah, I think it's just that yeah, we got to play smart, man. I mean, like yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I don't know what to do with that guy, but
yeah.
I think the biggest thing is to prevent the big plays. Yeah, the small ones you have to, right? Like there's no way I
Hmm.
don't think we can stop the small ones. Like
Right.
the short plays, third and shorts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like, but the big plays, avoid the big ones, big gains with Kelsey.
I got you. So the another the que- in the next question would be, how do you stop their running game, right? Because they
Mm,
deploy these two tight ends in the backfield with the running back and the quarterback. So it's
right,
four guys, and that ball can go either way, right? However way, like, and that sometimes causes confusion to the defenses because you can pull the tight
right,
end this way and have the running back go with him, or like pull him the opposite side.
right.
And I think they've been having a little, little issues with that, with other defenses have, and they've been getting away with running the ball. Especially Kareem Hunt, like he can run through the tackle, so can Isaiah Pacheco, but they can also bounce it off and run on the outside, right?
Yeah,
And I think if they bounce it off and run on the outside, our guys are good enough to stop them. But sometimes when they run through the middle, we do get gashed because our run defense is not the best run defense. They're good, but they're not top five or anything like that this year. So, what is
right.
your thought process behind running the ball?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, that's kind of uh, hard to. Well, at least from what I've seen before, it's like I is that Bond makes a lot of good calls, right, from the bat.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
and I think he kind of reads it pretty well. So hopefully he studied the KC game quite a bit. I think he should like basically the linebackers, right?
Right.
They should be very smart about it
Yeah.
and see like to understand these reads. They are gonna they'll definitely make some new ones, right? They'll
Right.
definitely bring in some new ones. We will get beat, I think, maybe one or two times, but for the most
Right.
part, if you're smart about it, like the linebacker, especially Bond, because he calls a lot of good plays and he sees like how the
Yeah.
play kind of develops.
Yeah.
So I think if the linebackers are like in sync, I
Hmm.
think was it Hunt, right? Is it Hunt?
Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunt
So
and Pacheco. Yeah. Pacheco's healthy too now. So
no. Like our linebacker, like it's gonna be Bond and like
it's gonna be Bond and what's his name? Oh man, what's his name? I forgot. It's a guy from the 40. Oren Burks.
oh Burks, yeah, Burks.
Burks.
Burks has been
Burks.
good.
Burks.
Has been very
He's
good.
been good. I mean, he's good against
So
the run. I mean, he punched the ball out last week, a couple weeks ago,
right,
right?
right.
So you have that, um, and I think that should
Also,
help,
also
especially with Cooper DeJean,
right.
also tackling machine, right?
Also,
So yeah,
I think our safeties are pretty good against the run too, at least in my opinion. Like CJGJ, I
right.
think as because like what we do is as soon as you see the run, you start coming down, obviously, right?
Hmm.
And that I think like the way we play that umbrella coverage, right, which starts to kind of
Right.
converge in. I think
Yeah.
it's more predictable. The run is way more predictable than their pass game, especially
Then
because
pass
of
it.
Kelsey, right?
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, so I mean we'll give up some yardage, but I think we it's still manageable for us, you know?
Right. Right. Right.
I don't think we'll get it like we won't be like they won't be able to do a Saquon things. I mean, I know Saquon is in the league on his own, but
Yeah.
still, like the facility, like where when the offense facilitates the run, right? I don't
Right.
think it's going to be as impactful as what we
Right.
gonna do to them. If it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. And I think Kansas City is one of those teams, just like the Patriots, how they used to play in Super Bowls. They
Right,
would play the first quarter, they would kind of like feel the team out, right? First, second quarter, feel the team out, and then they come back explosive in the third and fourth, and they win the game, right?
right,
So you can't show your hand in the first and second quarter, right? You got to play chess with them, and you gotta keep pace to pace, right? Of course, you want to get the lead and stuff because they're gonna come back and score on you, right? So you want to keep a steady game flow, right? Offensively and defensively, and you not really show all your cards because they're
right,
gonna they're gonna come to play in the third and fourth, and that's when the experience comes, right? And that's when
right,
winning all those Super Bowl experiences with with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce comes into play, right? And how we're gonna win it, the refs, all of that, right? Like we're trying to keep the refs out of it, but we know good and well the refs play a big part in these guys winning games, right? So, what would be your strategy just as a team,
right,
your mentality to going towards this? How would you approach it? Like if you're Nick
right.
Sirianni, I guess, because
I
Nick
mean,
Sirianni has lost the
yeah,
Super Bowl
right.
and he knows how it is to lose it. So, like, how
Yeah.
would he approach it?
Honestly, I think the strategy we used last time, at least offensively,
Hmm.
it is good. You keep a couple of plays in your sleeve, right? You know,
Right.
to play in the second quarter. But if I were if I were them, like if it really depends on the pace of the game, and especially with the run game. And if you see like they're struggling against the run a little bit,
Hmm.
just go at it. Just really throw the kitchen sink at it and just try to make a big lead as much as possible, right? In the
Yeah.
first half. That way, like we are working with a cushion, right? And also, if we kind of get like such a commanding lead, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Even though Kansas City is good, they're gonna make mistakes, right? They're gonna have to like push that a little bit like extra window, which
Right.
gives us openings, right? So that's one thing.
Right.
And also that means you're tiring out the defense significantly from KC's side. So
Right.
even if they try to make a comeback, we have better odds of just kind of fighting back because their defense is exhausted, right?
Right.
That's only if we see a rhythm. It's like, oh, we see a couple of openings because then they like the biggest adjustments, which will happen after the second half, right? So if you see like, oh, we have a couple of openings, just kind of keep scoring, like keep scoring, right? If we can be
Right.
up by 2 or 3 scores, that gives us a huge advantage, right? Even if they
Yeah.
make adjustments, even if our scoring slows down, right? Even if we show like, I mean, yeah, I don't think to like completely show our offense, obviously, right? Because we need a couple of things in reserve just in case. But I would say just go full. But you had to make sure it's productive, right? You can't end up in the red zone with 3 points. You just got to make conversions, touchdowns, right?
Conversions, touchdowns,
Right.
touchdowns win the game. Yep.
So you know, you like you said, as soon as they make adjustments, like yeah, our like rhythm will kind of take a little bit of a hit. So
Yep.
like accept that fact, understand the fact that that is a
Yep.
very high possibility they're gonna change up a gear, but
Hmm.
we just have to outscore them earlier
Right.
on and then
Yep.
just try to hold it in, right? Yes, you'll make a couple of scores in the second half and you make
Yeah.
adjustments, but you have a
Right.
little bit of breathing room to do that, right?
Correct. Yes, that's true. So yeah, you do want to get your scores out of the way. At least you want to put up 21 points or more, right,
Right.
in the
And
first two
tire out the
quarters,
defense. Just
and
get them
and
tired out.
tire out the defense, right?
Right.
You know, after the halftime, they might get some juice and they might want to come score on you. So then you can have a better strategy to keep on with the game, right?
Exactly.
And I think you
Exactly.
have to have that 2017, 2018 dog mentality, the real dog mentality before Sirianni started all this shit. Because that's when we were ski
Right.
masks with dogs, okay? So that's when we were underdog mentality, right?
Right. Right. Right.
The way Doug had, what they asked Doug in the halftime, they're like, how do you feel about your team? Like, how do you feel about the team on the opposite side? And he
Yeah. Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
we're not letting go of our gas. We're going to keep the foot on our gas, and we know how good the team on the other side is because that was the Patriots, right? The year before, mind you, Atlanta lost the lead of 28 to
Oh
3,
yeah, I saw that game. I see the. I
right?
know. I
28
remember.
to 3. They
Oh
were
my God.
28 to 3 at halftime, and then they end up losing that game, right? And like we didn't want that to happen to us. So we knew exactly what to do against the Patriots, and we practiced so hard, and we got it done, and
Right.
we played till the clock hit zero. And I think that's what they got to do this time. They got to play till the clock hits zero. Like, don't worry about. You're not
Right.
happy to be in the Super Bowl. You're there to win the Super Bowl, right? You're there
Right.
to win it. You're there to bring the championship back to Philly. So be
Right.
there, get the job done, and I think they'd be laser focused, especially Hurts. With that, my next question is, how does Jalen Hurts play a role in this game? Because I think Jalen Hurts is going to be the most important player of
Right.
today's game, more than Saquon Barkley, because they're going to have a plan for Saquon. So how does
Right.
Jalen Hurts rise to the occasion, right? Because when the lights are bright, Jalen has risen to the occasion, right?
Right.
And
Exactly.
how does he rise to the occasion? Does he pass more? Does he run more? What's your opinion?
I think honestly, that's not a question to ask, or I guess that's not should be his priority.
Okay.
His priority should be to sustain the drives. That makes
Right.
sense
Okay. Okay.
because like yeah, if they do a lot of work to stop the run, you just have to
Right.
figure out a way to sustain the drive. Like I love the way he played the Washington game. Just
Right.
quick throws, right? So that's what I say. Dallas Goddard is gonna have a big game. Telling you right now. Like that will keep them. It's like that cuts, like death by a thousand cuts, right? Where you
Right.
slowly kind of that's our game. You just have long drives. You like eat their time, like basically tire them out, right?
Right.
And keep the drives going because as soon as
So in
that
other
stops,
words, you're saying it could be a pass, it could be a run because we don't
right?
know. Just the
Yeah,
ebb and flow of the game, right?
right. Yeah, because they play like Chiefs play a lot of press coverage, right?
Mhm.
So if he sees an opportunity for Devontae or AJ Brown, he should take it, which he will. I feel like they will have a good game. AJ Brown
Right.
or Smitty. Smitty, I don't know. I feel like heart in my heart, it's like I'm gonna wearing that number 6 jersey, and I know he's gonna get a touchdown. But I think the key to winning is just keep the drive going, especially
Right.
towards the later, and especially if you have a lead, just eat the clock, right? Just keep the
Yeah.
drives going, and get the running game going. Yes, and going back to the Washington game, we mixed it up a little bit. We had a couple of jet sweeps and all that stuff, right?
Right.
Incorporate a couple of these things, so Jalen's going to be the orchestrator of that, right? Be very
Right.
decisive. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't wait for a run to develop for too
Yeah.
long, right?
Hmm.
Just be very decisive because yeah, and Trent like McDuffie, it's going to be a problem too. So you need a little like a lot of slants, right? Like
Hmm.
AJ's got to do that, and Dallas got to do all that just to keep the rhythm going. Do
Okay.
not abandon the rhythm, right?
That's
For
the
a big
way.
play,
That's a good way of putting. How they should go against this Kansas City defense.
right?
But I think AJ Brown is also going to eat because
Oh
Kansas City
yeah, yeah,
deploys
yeah, yeah.
a lot of man coverage. And I think AJ, if you go to the game, the middle game, you have to go to the middle game, right? You not on the boundary. You
Right,
want to
right,
go to the middle of the field, those 15 yards, those slants, like Chit said, that's where AJ Brown eats, right?
right.
And
He's
it's
the
very
best,
hard to defend him in the middle, right? And so does Devontae Smith, and that's when you can see you can have a slant that's open or like uh, for a nine. It looks like a nine route, but it's through the middle, right?
right,
You can have stuff like that open to Devontae Smith. Don't forget about Jahan Dotson doing the dirty work for guys like Goddard and whatnot.
right.
Confusing defensive players, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
There has to be a lot of that going on, right?
yeah.
And Kellen Moore's got to dial up his best game, right?
Oh
He's
yeah,
gonna have to dial up his best motion plays. Anything he can pull it back from the Cowboys, back anything good he can pull from the Cowboys, right?
right,
Anything good that's happened this season, like especially the Steelers game and whatnot.
right,
I think they have to play a very smart, cerebral game. Even Barkley, right? He's also a receiving threat, right? On the wheel routes, right? So
right,
that's where you can utilize guys like Barkley also.
right,
And speaking on Saquon, right? He got 30 yards to beat Terrell Davis's all-time rushing record of I think 2,470 yards or 74 yards. He got 30 more yards to beat that record,
mm,
and I think if he goes for over 150 yards, he beats John Riggins' Washington Redskins postseason rushing record. Right, so he's got an opportunity to make history in this game.
oh yeah.
And speaking of Terrell Davis, I ran into him yesterday in
Wow,
in
that's
NOLA, and I
awesome.
say, "TD, what's up, man?" And he said, "Hey, what's up, man? Like, I thank you for all you do." And he was such a cool
Right,
dude. Like,
right.
so it
Yeah,
was cool to see
I bet, I
the
bet.
legend before what's gonna happen today. This legend, the little legend that's gonna
Mm-hmm.
beat his record. So, and Terrell
Right,
Davis, not only he got the record, they also won the Super Bowl. So I think that's both of those things are possible. And this is a nice
right.
consolation prize for not going and trying to get Eric Dickerson's record and resting Barkley. It all worked out for us, right? Like he's got 100 yards, 200 yards in every game. And I think Barkley just got to be Barkley, man, right? And
Honestly, honestly, dude, I don't think he's even thinking about it right now. I
right,
think he's just locked in.
he's locked in. He's
None of
locked in.
it
I mean,
matters.
and not to
None of it
mention
matters.
today is
Just
his
need that
birthday.
Lombardi.
Today is
Right.
his birthday, and today is Cooper DeJean's birthday.
Oops, too. Right, yeah.
Right. So if you and Barkley and Cooper DeJean, I think if you combine their ages, it equals up to number 59, which is Super Bowl 59. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
It's
right.
it's all meant in the cards, man, for us to win this
Yep.
game. And I
Right.
think Barkley they're gonna try to limit him, but he's gonna have around 60 to 80 yards and a touchdown in this game. Whether the
I'd
touchdown
say
comes
I'd say
through a
more.
rushing touch, what's that?
I'd say more. Like not touchdowns, but the
No, it could be
yardage.
more,
I
but
think
I,
he's gonna
I
have.
think I think knowing how good Spags is with that defense, and they will try to put an emphasis on stopping him. So you got to find other ways to have get him the ball, which is will be in the pass, right? The
Right, right,
short
right.
passes, like see what he can do, right? And Jalen Hurts, like this is a game you do not want to hold on to the ball too long. You want to get rid of that ball quick because you know what happened in the last Super Bowl, right?
Right.
And
Repeat Washington.
you,
That's what I'm telling you. Be decisive. Like he was so good
yeah,
in
if
Washington.
it's not there, throw
Like
it
tick,
away.
tick, tick. Right.
And you don't have to make all the plays because you got Barkley too now.
Right.
Like, so it's not just you. Plus, that offensive line is good. Yes, it's not all the way healthy, but it's healthy enough to get the job done, right? Let's hope Dickerson plays. Let's hope
Oh, they're
Jurgens is
playing
good.
full
Yeah, no,
full
they're playing,
practice.
but like let's hope they can finish the game, right? Like
Right.
so,
Have good
um,
blocks.
yeah. right. So I think that will come into play a lot more. They will definitely try to stop Barkley. Like their emphasis is definitely going to be on that. You're going to
Right.
see that in the first and second quarters. And one thing that comes to mind is I was watching the Colin Coward show with Tom Brady in it. Like right, like and Tom Brady was saying like this game is the game that people are going to remember, right?
Mm.
Like the Super Bowl, every Super Bowl, people remember what happens, right? People don't remember what happened in the regular season. They don't
Right.
remember what happened in the postseason, in the playoffs. They don't remember any of that. They
Yep.
remember what happened in the Super Bowl. So Jalen fumbling that ball, we still remember that, right? We're gonna remember that 10 years from now. We're still gonna remember because
Right.
the Super Bowl is that game that we all remember. So don't make any mistakes, right? Or try not to make mistakes. If you make them, make up for it, right? And
Exactly.
you can, and this goes not just to Jalen. This goes to the defense. This goes to the special teams. This goes to Barkley. Can't fumble the ball. Like this is not the game you decide to fumble, right? This is not the game you decide to not catch that pass like you did against Atlanta, right? You got to execute on all levels, and I think, and then you got to coach on all levels, right? You got to call the timeouts on the right time. You got to go for the field goals, if it's worth going for the field goal. And the
Hmm.
kicker, I'm talking to you, Jake Elliott, you can't miss. This is the game you
Right.
can't. If you miss, you out.
Oh yeah.
You out. Like we
Right.
don't even get on the plane, right? Get out. Like like,
Because you'll be
you
playing for
can't miss.
Saints next season.
Right. So those are the things that's going to be crucial. Plus, this is Kellen Moore's last game, right? So coach your butt off because you're not getting off the plane. You're going right to the stadium and signing with the owner because your job is in New Orleans,
Right.
right? So you're gonna coach in the stadium that you're gonna be a head coach in. Like coach your best game, man. Coach your best fucking game, right? And same thing with Vic Fangio. You know what to do. You know what this team is. You know how
Right.
they've beaten you before. Deploy something that we've never seen before, right? And you got the young guns and the old guns to make plays. You got the Brandon Grahams, you got the Zach Bonds, you got the Chancey Gardner Johnsons, you got the Darius Slays,
Right.
right? And the Quinion Mitchells. Like, just I think
Yep.
we have enough weapons to get
Oh
this
yeah.
done, and we have enough weapons to win this game,
Right.
right? And this is
Yeah.
a much smarter team, much cerebral team that understands and knows how to keep their composure.
Right.
So, with that said, Chits, what's your score prediction for this game?
Oh, but one more thing I just want to say is that don't
Oh, any go
overcomplicate.
ahead.
Yeah. Just one thing is don't overcomplicate things too. You know.
Right.
Have a couple of plays, but you know what you're good at, you know?
You
So
know what you're good at.
just
Right.
execute them really well because again,
Yeah.
like we have the stronger O line and everything. So yes, mix it up, but don't try to
Mhm.
do too much too, you know? At least that's
Yes,
what I think it is. Anyway, yeah.
absolutely.
Scores. I'm gonna be hopeful and I think I'm pretty confident. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 24-34.
24 30, oh, 34-24. Eagles.
Oh yeah, Eagles 30, like Eagles win. Like when I said Chiefs, Eagles, that's the
Okay.
score. I was
Yeah.
gonna say 24,
Okay.
34. Eagles win, yeah.
Eagles
I
win.
know.
Okay.
I think we can do it. We can definitely do it.
I gotta think about this one. I'm gonna go 32, 27.
Oh, close game.
Close game. It comes down to the wire, and I think we win.
Mm-hmm. Of
Um,
course, of course.
yeah, 32-27. Actually, 35-27. What am I saying? 35-27. I,
You're
I
right.
think I think I think we win. We win like that. They have to score a touchdown in the end. They don't. They come short, and
And
it's
you
just
know
like
that
the last Super
27,
Bowl.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like that bullshit touchdown at the end, right? You know,
Right.
they'll try to
Yeah.
close the gap, but that doesn't count.
Right. And then they will come back to how our defense gives up touchdowns towards the end of the game.
Right.
So something like that happens. And I would say, who is your? I guess we'll go offensive, defensive MVPs, and then
Right.
we'll go Super Bowl MVP. So who's your offensive MVP?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Okay. And who's your defensive MVP?
That's a tricky one. Um, but
Oh, before
I,
defensive MVP, offensive MVP. What? How many yards? How many touchdowns for Jalen Hurts?
ooh, uh, that's good. I'm gonna say one rushing touchdown,
Okay,
right, and two passing.
two passing. Okay,
Rest is gonna be Barkley.
got it. Okay, and who's your defensive MVP?
Um, it was a tricky one, but I think Nolan Smith's gonna go lights out today.
Defensive MVP. Okay,
Or Bowen too, because it's hard. It's hard because if he
all right.
manages Kelsey really well, he's
Yeah.
by far the defense MVP. You know?
Okay. Okay. I think my offensive MVP is gonna be Jalen Hurts, because he's gonna throw like you said, he's gonna throw for a couple touchdowns and run one or two in, right, like tush push whatnot.
No, I
By
think
the
this is
way,
going to be a run
we're
play.
getting in the tush push. We're getting
Oh
in. I
yeah,
don't care who you
I didn't
stop.
even
We still
consider
getting
that.
in.
But I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you, there's definitely going to be a run play. He's scoring a touchdown,
Oh, like an actual rush touchdown.
actual rush touchdown.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Um, and then Barkley gets at least one. And then whether passing or receiving. And I think there is also a chance. Now I'm going to the defensive. I think you will have the best player would be Zach Bond in this game, right? And he's going to be the
Yeah.
best. And I think Cooper DeJean is going to take one to the house on his birthday.
Oh, you think so?
So
Nice.
yes, so Cooper DeJean's
Right.
taking one to the
Please,
house,
please.
and Barkley's going to score. So both of them score touchdowns. 35-27. Um, and with that, I'm saying one last thing. Who is your Super Bowl MVP when it's all said and done? When they play that Super Bowl music,
I
Da,
mean,
da, 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 na, 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 na.
is it even a question? He's Saquon freaking Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. Okay, I'm gonna go on the contrary and say I'm gonna say it's gonna be Jalen Hurts, right?
Oh, okay, okay,
Jalen Hurts. Saquon does his thing, but Jalen what does what enough to get us the MVP, right? And they're probably going to have a trick play dialed up in this game that might go for a touchdown. So I don't know how that trick play is going to look like, but I think they will. They'll have a good defensive game plan, and the Eagles get this win, their second Super Bowl, and I'm going to be in Bourbon Street partying it up
right,
after the game because I'm gonna go watch the game right now in a little bit at some distillery, and then
right.
after that I'm gonna walk my ass to Bourbon, party with some
And
Eagles fans, and then I might go live, y'all. I might go live. So
awesome. Oh, hold on
yeah,
before you go.
yeah,
One quick question. If I mean, which I think it's a matter of like when we're going to use that trick play.
yeah,
If you were to give it a name, what would you give it? Because we got Philly Philly, right?
yeah. We got the Philly special. This should be called the Nightmares play.
Oh,
Eagles
okay, okay,
Nightmare, right?
okay, okay,
Eagles Nightmare. I think that's what they should call it. and
okay.
and they got to dial it up on some. It's gonna be some version of the tush push that
Right.
no one's gonna expect, and they're gonna be like, oh shit, where did they draw this play up from, right?
Okay, okay.
So it's gonna be something like that. There might not be one, but I'm predicting one, right? And I think we're gonna see for the first time a Eagles starting quarterback win the Super Bowl. So history is gonna be made, and we're gonna stop them from doing their damn three-peat,
Yeah.
right? We're gonna
We're
we're gonna
gonna
put an
make
end to that
Chiefs freaking
shit.
deputies. No Chiefs anymore. It's just deputies.
Right.
Bring them down a peg.
Break them down. No more Chiefs. But yeah, with that said, man, like let's hope the Eagles win, and I think we can, and I think we will,
Right.
right? So Chits, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, man, where you gonna be watching the game at?
From home, I'm gonna have a Super Bowl watch party. Right.
That's what's up.
Obviously,
That's what's
be
up.
rocking the number six jersey.
Number 6. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Gonna see some history being made.
Yeah, and it's gonna be this first Super Bowl that you're gonna see that we win, right? So that's gonna be
Yeah,
amazing to
that'd
experience.
be great. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So yeah. With that said, man, we got, we all we need. Fly, Eagles,
Eagles
fly.
fly.